Hey guys, it's Taylor back with Play for Taylor, and today we are going to be reacting to 10 scary ghost videos that will make you lock your doors tonight. So let's see what that entails.
Back in 2020, Irene Bedard, an actress from the United States, was arrested twice over the course of just 3 days. After she was released from police custody the first time, the authorities were later called to a hotel in Ohio where Irene was causing trouble. The officers on duty were responding to a 911 call from hotel staff who wanted Irene removed from the premises. Following protocol, they switched on their body cameras when they arrived at the scene, but they ended up recording more than just a regular arrest.
Who are you?
I'm the voice of Pocahontas.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna find me in your thing right now.
Why would I do that?
Because I am a 53-year-old Native American woman who has had enough. That's it.
It's your cell phone.
I don't know what that is.
Stop.
I don't know what that is.
Stop.
Irene backs down a corridor, claiming, "I don't know what that is." The police officer assumes she's referring to her cell phone, which he's holding out to her, but viewers notice something else in the footage.
Ow.
Did you see it?
I did.
Something dark can be seen near the ground. Many have said it looks like it's rising up out of the floor. The police officer doesn't seem to notice it, but some viewers have speculated that Irene does.
I don't know what that is.
Stop.
Oh, dang it. I've already seen that clip, but I accidentally clicked on. Let's go back. I feel like, it's definitely a part of the video, but I feel like, could it be, let me gather my words here. Could it be kind of like light bouncing off and creating a shadow? Not bouncing off, but light creating a shadow that moves like that. Let's watch it again.
Rising up out of the
Okay.
floor. The police officer doesn't seem to notice it, but some viewers have speculated that Irene does.
I don't know what that is.
Stop.
That's crazy. Unless it was a coincidence, she did say, I don't know what that is. I thought she was referring to the phone, but interesting. I'm gonna give that a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6. Because I feel like it could be a result of, light creating a shadow in some way, somehow. It's definitely interesting. Let's move on to the next one. What broke the
18 years
mirror?
ago, Guy Terry uploaded a video to his personal YouTube channel. It was one of the earliest videos he posted, but it recently caught the attention of paranormal enthusiasts who think Guy captured a ghost on camera. The footage was meant to be nothing more than a fun video with his siblings. They planned to send it to a family member who was celebrating their birthday, but as they recorded, things took a much darker turn.
Zum Geburtstag alles Gute, zum Geburtstag viel Glück. Alles Liebe zum Geburtstag, Mama.
Something appears in the mirror behind Guy and his siblings. Then it disappears from view and the mirror falls from the wall.
Ooh.
Creeped out by what happened, Guy checked the footage and saw that something had been reflected in the mirror just before it fell. He uploaded the clip to his YouTube channel, hoping that someone might be able to give him some answers. But what happened that day remains a mystery. Even though 18 years have passed, some think that Guy accidentally caught a ghost on camera. One that couldn't be seen with the naked eye, but showed up in the reflection of the mirror. But what do you think? Is this a ghost? Or is there some other way to explain this?
Okay, I'm a little interested because it almost looks like it shows up when he's moving. So could it like be his head? But also this is the sibling's head, I'm pretty sure. And this is darker, and they all look like they have the same hair color.
Is this a ghost? Did I?
Go back.
Hoping that someone might in the mirror just
Gute zum Geburtstag, viel Glück. Ah, alles Liebe zum Geburtstag, Mama.
See, the only
something.
thing is like they move opposite ways. So like he moves forward, the ghost comes into frame, and then he moves backward, the ghost doesn't move. Or no, he moves backwards and like the ghosts move at the same time. The supposed ghost. I'm gonna give this one a 6 as well. Cause I'm like 60% chance of it being real, you know? Higher than a 5. Let's move on to number 8. Also, what language were they singing in? That kind of sounds fun. The curtain moved.
Some people say that animals have a stronger sense of the paranormal than humans. This means they can see and hear ghosts and other entities that we might be totally unaware of. A Reddit user thinks something like this happened one night when he was alone with his dog. The OP had been woken up in the middle of the night. He thought he'd heard something, but when he got up to look around, he couldn't find anything out of the ordinary. He tried to go back to sleep, but he couldn't seem to relax. Then he noticed his dog acting strangely. She was looking around as if something was in the room with them, but the OP says he couldn't see anything. Curious, he grabbed his phone and started recording.
What you doing, huh? Hey, look at Daddy. What are you doing? Hey, Cheese. Hey, Cheese. Hey, Cheese, buddy. Cheese, 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 cheese. Hey, cheeseburger. What the?
What would you tell a man who can scroll for hours but can't work for 10 minutes and hates himself for it every night?
Behind his dog, a curtain can be seen moving as if something or someone is behind it. As soon as the OP saw the movement, he threw his phone aside and went to check behind the curtain, but there was nothing there. He now believes that something paranormal was at play that night, and his dog sensed it.
Okay. My only question is, was there anybody there? And also I feel like if it were a human, you would be able to see some kind of, you know, facial features, at least like eyes. If it was too dark to see, you know, like skin. That's interesting. 8. 7. It lives in his apartment.
A man in South America claims his home is haunted. Joel lives in an apartment alone, and when he first moved in, he quickly noticed something different about the place. He says he'd hear strange noises at night and sometimes see movement out of the corner of his eye. With no obvious cause for these occurrences, Joel started to think he was being haunted. Hoping to gather evidence, he began recording with his phone camera whenever anything creepy happened, and one night he recorded this.
Se sigue escuchando, la verdad ya no soporto estar aquí. Ya no aguanto. ¿Qué será? No hay nada, raza. Esto ya se está saliendo de control, raza. Ya no puedo estar aquí, raza.
What sounds like an object falling to the ground can be heard coming from somewhere in the house. Joel hurries to the kitchen, expecting to find something broken on the tiled floor, but there's nothing. Scared, Joel runs back to his bedroom and slams the door. Then this happens.
Raza, son las 3 de la mañana, se siguen escuchando muchos ruidos allá afuera. Me quieren abrir la puerta, raza. ¿Qué está pasando? Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío, líbrame del mal. Desde que compré ese espejo, raza. Ay.
Joel hears noises outside his bedroom, but when he opens the door, a table in the other room moves violently. It's as if something we can't see suddenly pushed it. Joel doesn't hang about. He heads straight back into his bedroom and locks the door. No matter what he hears, he doesn't open the door again. Morning comes, and everything seems to go back to normal. But the following night, the disturbing activity resumes and gets worse.
Gente, esto ya se salió de control, gente. Ya no puedo más aquí, gente. Ayuda. ¿Qué quieres? Déjenme en paz. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Quién eres? ¿Quién eres? ¿Qué quieres?
Oh my god, I think I had a mini heart attack when he opened that door.
Joel is in the bathroom when a sudden knocking sounds against the door. Joel lives alone, so he knows that it's impossible for anyone to be out there. He tries to ignore it, but then a creepy growling sound can be heard, and Joel opens the door. But just like before, there's nothing there. Just a few seconds later, Joel hears something else.
Están tocando la puerta del baño. Desde que compré estos espejos están pasando todas las cosas. Mamá.
Open it. Okay.
This time, the
So it's
knocking
not a
appears to be
person.
coming from inside the bathroom, where Joel was standing
Could it be
less than a
added sound
minute
effects?
earlier. That night, Joel decides to leave his apartment and spends a couple of nights with a friend. When he returns home, he hopes that whatever has been haunting him will have gone away, but he couldn't have been more wrong.
Es la 1 de la mañana, acaban de prender la luz de la sala. Desde que compré ese espejo están pasando todas las cosas raras. A la madre.
No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't like that. No. No, like, keep it to things moving. I don't want to see your full body apparition. Ghost, please remain see-through, okay? We need to go back, though. I didn't really look at it.
Todas las cosas raras.
Were there any...
A la madre.
It's just like a shadow. No. I don't want any part of that.
¿Qué fue eso?
Is that a cat? There better not be something there, I swear to God.
Eso se está saliendo de control ya.
Something dark can be seen peeking around the doorframe into Joel's bedroom. It's there for just a second before Joel...
Yeah, I think if it were human, you would be able to see some sort of features, considering there's light coming from this room, and there's light, just like a tiny bit of light coming from this room. So like, even if I have like my lamp on and somebody peeked in, I would be able to see, you know, it was a human. That shit, that's not human. That's extraterrestrial. That's another worldly creature. That's a Demogorgon.
notices it. Then it disappears.
Okay.
And once again, when Joel gets up to check, there's nothing there, just Joel's cat. After sharing the clip to social media, several viewers commented saying that this dark shape resembles a head. Others also pointed out that Joel's cat appears to be on edge, as if it's just seen something that frightened it. Maybe, like the dog in the previous entry, the cat sensed that something was there, something paranormal.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit skeptical until this clip. I was like, okay, Sure, could it be like knocking sounds? Could it be, you know, weird breathing sounds? But this clip is like, I don't know, it just seems less likely for it to be edited or faked, you know? So I'm gonna give it an 8. Next. It followed them both.
A young man recently posted to the R Paranormal Encounters subreddit, where he claimed to have evidence of a ghost caught on camera. The OP explains that he used to work in a party store, the kind of place that sells birthday cards, decorations, and balloons.
Right.
It should have been a fun place to work, but the OP claims he and his co-workers were tormented by a ghost whenever they were on shift. Things got so bad, the OP eventually quit and found a job elsewhere, but not before he finally caught evidence of what he says is the ghost that haunts the store.
Oh. Balloons, you know, they can be useful tools.
What the
The store security cameras capture a
then it
balloon
could also be,
seeming
like,
to
that
detach
air.
itself from a display. It then drifts through the aisles, taking several sharp turns until
Look,
it
you can
reaches
see
the
the time. It's not being sped up, and it looks. That's crazy. It's going so fast. I don't feel like it would be air. Somebody would literally have to have a leaf blower, but I feel like you would have to have multiple to kind of force it to go certain directions, you know, because they're so thin and light. Interesting. This is good.
where the OP is working at the desk. When he feels the balloon brush against his legs, he looks down and assumes one of his co-workers must have left it there from the previous evening. But here's where it gets really spooky. After seeing the balloon under his chair, the OP claims that he carries it out into the hallway and leaves it there while he finishes working. 15 minutes later, one of his co-workers comes to the office and says that she had to pop a balloon because it was, quote, following her around the break room. It was the same balloon that had drifted into the OP's office.
Okay, wait, that one's kind of really good. I feel like because the balloons can move so easily, they usually drift slowly. So the fact that this one's going fast and it's making direct, intentional turns around corners when it needs to, straight forwards and not, you know, veering off or floating away. It seems very controlled. This is, dare I give it a 10? No, I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 because I feel like there's still room for it to possibly move. Wait, there's still room for it to possibly be faked. So I'm gonna give it a 9, but that's borderline 10. 5, something that hides in the dark. Oh, park. I can't read.
When it comes to ghosts controlling objects, this next clip features some pretty compelling evidence. Moises and his family often visit a park in the evening. There's an outdoor gym, athletics track, and a playground for kids. However, one night, the family gets there later than normal. It's dark and completely deserted, and then Moises sees something
Now, going
that
to the
stops
park in the
him
middle
in
of the
his
night was
tracks.
my last idea.
Cheque nomás, estamos solos, no hay nadie aquí en la presa. Aquí vinimos de nuevo para checar otra vez lo del mentado árbol que habíamos, de su susodicho árbol. Oh, pero pues la neta, esta vez la verdad no quisimos bajar, ni quisimos, mira, aquí estamos yo y mi esposa, y pues la neta esta vez no quisimos bajar, por precaución, porque no sabemos qué es lo que puede haber ahí. Entonces mejor nos quedamos aquí, pero ahí se mira donde está solo. Mira, ahí están los juegos, donde está nada prácticamente. Ay, no mames. Mira. No me jodas. Ay, no más, chequen
How
ustedes.
does that
Miren.
even work? Like, are you supposed to
No,
hold
vámonos
on to the
mejor.
handlebars and move?
Vámonos. No, esto no está bien. Vámonos. Aquí definitivamente sí hay algo. Ay, no más, chequen. Juzguen ustedes.
Also, these translations, I've noticed, they have like some very big words that are like, if you're in panic, I don't feel like you'd be using them. So I think it's just like, I'm just like, what is happening? I don't really feel, it's crazy how some, if you hear, what am I trying to say? Anyways, I feel like that would be
Nomás
pretty hard to push,
ese aparato es el que está.
considering it looks like it's made of metal.
Nomás ese aparato es el que se está moviendo. No, sí está cañón. Vámonos mejor. No, vámonos.
Down in the supposedly empty outdoor gym, some of the equipment appears to be moving, but with no one around, it seems like it's being controlled by something we can't see. Moises and his family get a bad vibe and decide to turn around before they leave. Moises' daughter begs to play in the playground for a while. Moises reluctantly agrees, but he can't shake the feeling that something isn't right. He keeps recording, just in case something happens, and before too long, things take an unsettling turn.
La neta, te lo juro que yo miraba algo, como que se asomaba. A ver, venga. ¿Eh? No, es que yo miré algo, neta. No pasa nada. No, mi amor, no pasa nada, ven. No era nada, ven. ¿Qué?
¿Qué es?
No sé, no.
What are we looking at?
No. Mira, sí se miró.
See, like, yeah, it was looked at. I think what I'm trying to say is, like, it's crazy how written down words mean something different than speaking them, you know? I noticed that when I took Spanish class, it was like I would say a sentence, but it would be different, like, when translated to English. It would be very, like, I don't know how to explain it. But I just find that interesting. Foreign languages are just beautiful. But also, like, could that be a person behind the tree? I thought we were looking at this. On this side. It looks pale.
Moises and his family immediately leave the park, and he later uploads the footage to his social media account, where it quickly goes viral. Viewers think the moving gym equipment and the thing behind the tree are related, and if you thought that was strange, this next clip takes place in an even more unlikely location.
Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Studio. I am gonna give that an 8. I feel like it would be pretty hard to fake those pedals moving unless you had like a green screen man. And they showed the entire park, so it wasn't like people with a fishing line, maybe in green screen costumes. But also like that thing peeking out from behind the tree, it is kind of hard to see if it has a face, so it could be a person, but also like there's nothing. It just looks completely pale. There's no indication of any facial features, which I think is what makes it creepy. It is also the same shade as the tree. Like, is it a tree dweller? So I'm gonna give it an 8. That one was definitely creepy. Last one in the studio. Play.
Pete Ramirez runs a tattoo studio in Mexico, which he claims is haunted. It all began late one night. Pete's last customer had already left, and he's just about to leave the studio. He's just locked the door and starts to walk away when he realizes he's forgotten his phone charger. He heads back to the studio and digs around in his pocket for the keys to unlock the door. But then he hears something coming.
I just noticed, I was like, this is very, like, it sounds like it was meant to be in a book. He digs around in his pockets to unleash his keys, slowly shuffling through each one to find the one that fits the lock, you know?
Inside the studio.
Sorry,
he
I
goes
just
back
woke
inside
up
to
and
check
forgot
if anyone's
a little.
there, but the studio is completely empty. Thinking he must have imagined those sounds, Pitt heads back outside, but before he can leave, this happens.
Buenas noches, amigos. Oigan, miren, vine aquí al local porque se me olvidó mi cargador. Y ahorita que venía aquí casi por el bote de basura, oí que patearon la puerta. Y me puse a grabar, pero empecé a notar en la persiana que se movía. Miren, parece que se oye como se mueve la persiana, o sea, cómo cruje. Entonces ese polvo es polvo de la calle. Es que es una calle pues es de tierra.
Oh my God, he's gonna...
Miren. ¿Qué les dije? ¿Qué les dije a la verga? Miren, voy a entrar. Miren, para que vean que no hay nadie adentro. Todo en una
I
toma.
mean, you can see there's no fingers, but yeah, open up the door quickly.
Ay, perdón con mis 20,000 vueltas, pero es una llave de seguridad. Miren. O sea, no ha salido nadie, miren. Voy a entrar. Voy a cerrar la puerta rápido. Miren. Voy a prender aquí la luz. Y miren. No hay nadie.
As Pitt looks at the front door, a slit appears in the closed blinds as if someone
You
is
can't see a
peeking
figure.
out, and eagle-eyed viewers even think they see a shadowy face in the darkness. Pitt goes inside the studio, but there's no one there. A few seconds later, something else happens, and it sends a chill down Pitt's spine.
Para que no digan que sí, que hay alguien adentro, no sé qué tanto. Ay, güey. Bueno. Ay, es que eso de la persiana sí lo había escuchado saliendo de aquí del local, pero la verdad no le ponía mucha atención. Miren, tuve que cambiar un poco las cosas del lugar porque cada año, pues, acomodar todo, ¿no? Me voy a asomar al baño para que vean que no hay nadie. Ahí va. Miren cómo está la puerta. Me traje el espejo aquí al baño. Miren, voy a cerrar toda la puerta para que vean que no pasa nadie. Me traje el espejo aquí
There's
al
gonna be
baño.
something that peeks out. I
Porque
just know
está
it. I just know
remodelando,
it. I
está
just know it.
reacomodando todo, miren. No hay nadie. Miren, miren. Que no digan que hay alguien escondido, miren. Yo estoy dentro del baño. No hay nadie. No hay nadie.
Okay.
Ok, miren. Voy a estar grabando así. Que ven que no va a salir nadie. Miren. O sea, la puerta no se ha oído, no se ve nadie. Anda que hay alguien en el baño. En el espejo lo tuve que acomodar, está aquí colgado porque es un poquito más cómodo. Está en pijama. Noches con la misma pijama. Parece que quieren regalarme una derecha. Ay, güey.
Bro, I would get out of there. I wouldn't even go in there. I'd be like,
Ay, cabrón. Aquí
Okay.
la pinche silla.
I'm going to the store to get a new charger. I feel like I see something bad.
Dicen que por qué no prendo la luz luego. Que porque esto no sé qué.
I'm so confused.
No mames.
And that's your cue to leave. Right. This is good. This is good.
A ver, explíquenme eso. No se ha ido a la puerta, no se ha ido nada. Se cerró la puerta, se abrió la persiana. A ver, explíquenlo. Desde que volví a traer el espejo al baño, la verdad es diferente el miedo. Cuando estaban juntos era un poquito más relajado. No sé, pasaba algo. Pero estando aquí en el baño, como que le gustó más el frío. Porque este baño es muy frío porque tiene mucho azulejo. No, ya,
Or
miren,
maybe because there's a
voy a
ghost.
apagar.
It's so cold.
A cerrar porque sí, la verdad, está un poquito feo esto. Que yo venía por el cargador y no. Ya mejor yo ya me voy. No, bueno, pues buenas noches amigos, pero vean, para que no digan que hay gente adentro.
The bathroom door seems to move all on its own. Once again, Pitt goes to check it out, and once again, there's nothing there. Moments later, a sudden noise catches Pitt's attention. And then the bathroom door swings shut. All of this makes Pitt think that his tattoo studio is haunted by a ghost. So, did Pitt capture evidence of something paranormal? You decide.
Hold on. Did we skip one? 8, 7, it lives in his apartment. 6, it followed them home. Both. 5, something hides in the dark. Right? Is that what it was called? Oh, in the park. Park. Number 4, the last one in the studio. Park. Okay, am I stupid or does Mind Junkie not know how to count? Look, because I'm writing down my rankings. So I'm at number 4, okay? Look at this. So number 4 is the one we literally just watched. The last one in the studio. So then we watch all this, watch all this, watch all this, watch all this. 2. Are we for real? Okay, anyways. I'm gonna give that one a 9. It was a fairly small room, shop, studio, whatever you may call it. And I mean, he did show the entirety multiple times to ensure that everybody understood that there was nobody there. And the door did move and he went in right after that. And the blinds, man. Poltergeist activity with blinds, when they pull them down, I'm like, no thank you. No thank you. So, let's move on to number 2.
Old abandoned prisons are often considered to be hotspots for paranormal activity. Since shutting down, many old prisons in the United States have reopened to the public. Curious visitors can wander among the cells, imagining what it must have been like to be incarcerated there. One such abandoned prison is the old Wyoming State Penitentiary, otherwise known as the Wyoming Frontier Prison. Several viewers report feeling unnaturally cold as soon as they step.
Okay, I'm tired of my buttons not working.
Such abandoned prison is the old Wyoming State Penitentiary, otherwise known as soon as they step inside its old stone walls, and some even claim to have heard voices and seen shadowy figures. A Reddit user who recently went to the prison believes they captured one of these figures on camera. Standing near some of the old cells is what appears to be a figure in a long black robe. But the scariest thing about this is that the OP claims that there was no figure there when they took the picture. As far as they were concerned, they were taking a picture of the cells and nothing else. Creeped out, the OP posted the image to the R Ghosts subreddit. Redditors were immediately struck by the spooky atmosphere of the photo, and many think that what the OP captured wasn't a ghost, but the Grim Reaper. The OP can't help but agree. According to them, the dark-robed figure bears an unsettling resemblance to the Grim Reaper. But what's your verdict? Drop a comment and let me know.
Am I having a stroke, or does that say it floats towards you? Okay, so 3, I'm renaming it to Grim Reaper, and I'm gonna give that a 7 because it does look creepy. But what if it was just somebody there on a tour, you know? It looks very solid, and if there was actually nobody there, I just can't. I'm not like, okay, I believe you. Okay, sure. I need proof that there was nobody there. I need a video. Okay, now let's move on to number 2.
Old prisons aren't the only places that are thought to be paranormal hotspots. Forests are seen by many people as terrifying places, especially at night, and for good reason. Who knows what might be lurking in the darkness? One Indonesian hiker found out the hard way. Late one night, he's walking through a forest, recording on his camera for his social media. He'd taken a wrong turn somewhere, and he's trying to find his way back to the road where his car is parked. And then he sees something that makes his heart stop.
Skinwalker. No, 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 no. I don't know when I see something. Wait, I don't know why. When I see something that freaks me out, I like my eyes just like start watering. That is like, I don't even know if that's real, but that is creepy. We need to keep watching, sorry. What could that even be?
Whatever it is starts moving quickly towards the hiker. The hiker
No,
screams
but
and runs for his life. He eventually made it back to his car and he got home safely. When he got back, he
who runs
uploaded
and
the footage to
screams
his
like
social media and the comments flooded in. Most of them say that whatever this is looks like a pocong. According to Indonesian folklore, a pocong is a ghost trapped in a white burial shroud. These spirits are said to float or hop around, chasing after the living. Creepy.
I love how I can go multiple videos without having any ads when I'm reacting to these, and then all of a sudden, boop, an ad every 5 seconds, bro. What? Okay. I have heard of the pokongs. We've been over this. I think I've done like Reddit stories about them, more paranormal videos in the clips we've seen, and that has to be literally the only explanation for whatever that is, because I don't even know. I mean, maybe like Slender Man, painted white, right? No, he's in a suit. I forget what Slenderman actually looks like. Hold on. Yeah, he's in a suit. See, I knew it. I don't know if that's necessarily real. I feel like that's just like something somebody made up. But even still, he's not that thing literally looked like so, I don't, like, the legs were so thin or whatever that was. I was like, I don't even know what this is. And then when the Pakong was brought up, I was like, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna give that, it was a part of the video, so it didn't look like, oh my god. It didn't look like it was added in after. I am gonna give that a 7. I'm gonna give that a 7 because I'm not entirely sure what I just witnessed. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. Let's move on to number 1. Gone behind the wall.
So, this next clip was recorded on a potato, so don't expect good quality visuals. However, what the cameraman captured has caught the attention of the paranormal community. The low quality video was recorded back in
Are we
2008
serious?
when a man was playing
Okay,
with his
2000,
son
okay, that
in a
makes
field
sense.
near their home in Mexico. It should have been a simple video of the two of them kicking a ball around, but then the man's son spots something lurking behind him.
¿Cuál, güey?
I'd have been like, no.
¿Eso no chavo lo que pasó?
No mames, no sé, güey. A ver, vamos a ver.
Ahora sí.
There's
Mira, ya nos cayó el duende.
Ah, ¿cuál duende? No mames, aquí ha de estar escondido. A ver. No me agarres de la playera, güey. No te asustes. No mames, güey. ¿Qué era esa madre? No mames, güey.
The man spins around to look where his son is pointing and sees what looks like a figure watching them, but the figure creeps off. It appears to disappear behind a low wall and doesn't reappear. Curious, the man goes to look behind the wall, but he finds nothing. With no visible place for the figure to go, the man struggled to explain what he'd seen. The video has since gained more than 1 million views, and commenters believe that the man accidentally caught a ghost on camera that day. But setting aside the absolute potato quality footage, what do you think happened here?
Look,
Let me.
he first went to examine like everywhere except the side that she was on. So I'm wondering if maybe this was faked and they were looking everywhere so that, you know, she could scurry off. And like the audio isn't that good either, so I don't think it would have picked up. running sounds, but it is definitely still interesting. I will give that a 7. We did good today. I think I only saw 1 repeat video. That's pretty great. Let's keep it up, guys. Okay, let's keep it up. Let's ensure we're not duplicating clips because that gets annoying. But comment down below your thoughts on these videos. I think most of them, they were all ranked higher than a 5. The lowest were 6s. So definitely some good contenders of possible paranormal, what am I trying to say? Good contenders of possible paranormal proof. Right. So while you're down there commenting, click all the buttons. You know what to do. And I hope you guys have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world viewing this, and peace.